I got the author's copy. This is the preview copy of my new books, my third book, Naughty Medieval Embroidery, which you can pre-order on my shop website for delivery sometime in March. I'm not quite sure when yet. This one's a little bit different to my two previous books because Opus Anglicanum, obviously, just featured Opus Anglicanum, and Bier Stitch was all lots of nice woolly projects. But like the other two, it's done so it starts with the really easy projects and it builds up more and more skills as you go through it. So you can use it as a beginner's embroidery book. And it's done so that this is more like the concept that I originally pitched to my publisher, that this one includes lots of different medieval embroidery techniques. I quite like this blue Verso page as well. So we've got lots of old favourites in there as just decoration. And we've got, it's themed about the rude seam of filth that runs through medieval embroidery. So our first project is this lady who's riding a rather unusual form of dragon, I'm sure you'll agree. And she's done in the earliest form of embroidery stitch, which is stem stitch. And she's a lovely sort of quick, sketchy project. There's also a lovely zodiac man with all the different signs of the zodiac, which is a lovely little stash buster project for using up lots of odds and ends. And this is my personal favourite. This is the Bonacon Malcolm. I named him Malcolm after my dad because the Bonacon is a wild bull who cannot gore you with his horns, so he defends himself by turning his back and emitting a vast toxic fart cloud. So I just think he's lovely. I named him after my dad because my dad can do the same thing. So we've got a couple of Bier Stitch projects. So we've got some of a nice little panel, which looks almost Art Deco, the way it's laid out, which is using the stripes from the Bier tapestry. We've got the little naked yoga guy, and we've got instructions for doing the Bonacon and all the troubleshooting for your Bier Stitch. And then we've got a slightly more fancy version than my little kit of the penis-picking nuns. So I've done it in blue nuns for the 1970 wine and given them some little rabbits and some mixed willies. This one is done in convent stitch, which is a bit of a variation on Leyden couch work. But convent stitch is very, very simple. So I've also given you a second pattern to play with as well, which is Aristotle and Phyllis from the Malta embroidery. And then we've got some variations on German brick stitch. So we've got a Cern Abbas giant and a Sheila and a gig. And this little chap here is from Cologne Town Hall. We've got some lovely Opus Anglicanum projects with some different techniques. I've tried to give this book some different techniques to the ones that are in the other Opus books. So we've got quite a few of these very fancy backgrounds and using more Leyden couch stitch. I'm quite fond of this Danse Macabre. I think it's one of my favourite projects in the book. But there's a lovely Hellmouth picture as well, which ended up being exhibited under the title Sam and Dean Were Busy, Buffy Couldn't Make It. And then at the end, not because it's more difficult than the others, I've put some German white work. And with that, I've put at the end because it uses a lot of the different techniques that are used in the other techniques. So it uses some convent stitch, it uses all sorts of different things, as well as its own variations on stitch with some counted work as well. And I've also given you a full colour rundown on how to do this German border stitch, which I've used for the Pussy Goes a Hunting picture. So that's the new book. It's got lots of exciting projects. Some are more silly and macabre than they are rude, but it's a nice mixture of projects and a lot of fun, different things for you to play with.